Hello everyone. Today we are discussing a problem for the issue of shares when there is oversubscription, calls in advance and calls in arrears. Here we are going to see the adjustment of three different adjustments related to oversubscription, then calls in arrears and calls in advance. All the three things comes together. Let us see how to solve such a question. Here is the question. Kerala Coir Limited was registered with an authorized capital of rupees 50 lakh. The company issued for public subscription 50,000 equity shares at rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 2 per share. Payable rupees 2 on application, rupees 3 on allotment including premium, rupees 4 on first call and rupees 3 on second and final call. Company received the application for 90,000 shares and the directors of the company decided to allot the shares as follows. Company allotted the shares in three different categories. For the category first category people, that is to applicants of 30,000 shares, full allotment was made. Full 30,000 shares are allotted. For the second category, that means those applicants who applied for 55,000 shares, for them allotted 20,000 shares. And the third category to applicants of 5,000 shares, nothing is allotted. That means fully rejected. Then comes, on making the allotment, one shareholder, Mr. Hari, who belongs to the first category of shareholders, paid the entire amount along with the allotment for his 1,000 shares. Hari, who belongs to first category, that means those who applied fully allotted. So for Hari, while calling the allotment, he paid the remaining entire amount. That means along with the allotment money, he paid first call money and second call money for his 1,000 shares. That means this is calls in advance. Then another shareholder, Mrs. Renuka, who belongs to category 2, did not pay the first call and second call money on her 2,000 shares. Renuka did not pay first call money and second call money for her 2,000 shares and who belongs to category 2. That means pro rata allotment was there. That means excess money was paid along with the application money. So there is calls in arrear and calls in arrear as well as oversubscription is there in that particular point. That means when there is calls in arrears for shareholders, those who have paid more than what is required. That means when there was oversubscription. Then the remaining amount was collected as and when the company called. Then you are required to pass necessary journal entries and show these items how it will be shown in the company balance sheet. Here we have made a statement. This is not a part of the question or answer. This is just made for understanding purpose. It is for your freedom. You can prepare if you want, otherwise let it be no need. Okay, this is just for analyzing the allotment of shares. See, company made it for three category. For the first category people, that is those who applied for 30,000 shares. For them, full allotment was made. 30,000 was allotted. No pro rata, no rejection. Because excess application money was not there. And for the second category of people, that is those who have applied for 55,000 shares. Excess application is there. That means for them 20,000 shares are allotted. So 35,000 shares are extra. That is not rejecting. Okay, that means it is pro rata allotment, proportionate allotment. That means their excess application money will be transferred to allotment and call, will not be given back. And the third category, the applicants of 5,000 shares, for them nothing is allotted. 5,000 shares, those who have applied for 5,000 shares, no allotment, no pro rata, the entire money is given back. entire money is given back. Okay, so this is the situation. 5,000 shares are given back. This is the number of shares shown here, not the amount. Okay, then let us see how to prepare a journal according to this situation. In the books of Kerala Coir Limited, journal entries, let us fill the details for the journal, date, particulars, amount. Here date is not mentioned, so no need to enter any date there. So first we know that application money received for 90,000 shares. 90,000 shares. What will be the journal entry? Bank account debtor to equity share application. So bank account debtor 90,000 into 2 to equity share application. 90,000 into 2, 1,80,000. Let's just complete the narration. What is the narration? Being application money received for 90,000 equity shares at the rate of ₹2 each. Okay. So we have received here how much? Around 40,000 excess money, excess application. So these are to be adjusted according to the pro rata and how much is rejected that. So let us transfer this application money to share capital and adjust over subscription. So in that case, equity share application debtor to equity share capital to, that means equity share application, how much we received? 1,80,000. We can transfer to capital only for the issued shares. Application money for the issued shares. That is 1 lakh will be transferred to capital. And as per the statement here, pro rata allotment 35,000 shares, excess application money. That will be, this 30,000 shares are there. See how to calculate this excess application money. That's what we are going to discuss before completing the journal entry. See, let us see here. Here is the calculation for oversubscription of shares. Let us see that. Here share allotment of shares, that is amount of shares applied, total, this second category for oversubscription, how much is the total amount applied. That is 50,000 shares of ₹2 each. That means we have got 1,10,000 shares. So out of that, how much is the actual application money for the allotted share? Let us calculate that. Actual application money for the allotted share, that is 20,000 is the allotted. For it, that 20,000 they have to pay 2 rupees each. That is 40,000 is the application money for the allotted share. So remaining is the excess application, isn't it? That means 50,000 shares are applied, for them only 20,000 shares are allotted. For that 20,000 shares, 2 rupees each they had to pay. 40,000 shares only needed. So 40,000 rupees only needed. The remaining is excess application money. Excess application money received 70,000. Now, this 70,000 rupees are there with the company. And for them, how much can be transferred to allotment? Say, allotment money, we know that it is 3 per share. In the question, it is given that 3 per share. Here, let us see the question. Allotment 3 per share including premium. So, including premium, it is 3 per share. So, let us see that how much they have to transfer to. They have to be given to allotment. That is allotment money 20,000 shares into 3. 20,000 shares into 3 means 60,000 rupees only. But actually they have excess application 70,000. See, if the excess application money instead of 70,000, if it was 55,000 or 50,000, the entire money would have to transfer to allotment. But this here excess application money is more than what is needed for allotment. So what is needed for allotment, that only will be transferred to allotment. Okay. So the remaining, that is the money left after adjusting the allotment. After adjusting the allotment, what is left will be transferred to share first call. So let us see amount left after allotment to adjust in the first call. See, first call money is 4 rupees. 4 rupees into 20,000. So 80,000 they had to pay. That means for 20,000 shares they had to pay 80,000 rupees. So that 80,000 is not there. So what is left will be transferred to first call. Now it is clear. The amount adjusted to allotment is 60,000 and remaining is transferred to first call. So now let us complete that journal entry. So here share allotment is written. Now we have to transfer 20,000 shares into 3 to share allotment. We can directly transfer that to share allotment. 60,000 rupees. Okay. Then remaining will be transferred to share first call. Therefore that we are opening a calls in advance. Calls in advance account is opened. If not, you can directly transfer to share first call. Calls in advance account now open for 10,000 rupees. Now the third category, 5,000 shares are there. That 5,000 shares, what to do? 5,000 shares are rejected, so we have to pay the money back. Here we can write the journal entry to bank. That means share application account debtor to bank. Equity share application account debtor to bank, 5,000 into 2. So the total money received on application is adjusted. That is journal entry. Adjusted the or transfer the application money and adjusted over subscription. Then let us see the next one. Due for allotment. Allotment money due. So what will be the journal entry? Share allotment debtor. How much shares are there? 50,000 shares are there at the rate of rupees 3 including 2 rupees premium. So total allotment money to be received is 1,50,000. This is the due entry to share capital, equity share capital 50,000. Okay. Now let us see what is that 50,000 is the share capital. That means 1 rupee into 50,000. If you want, you can write in brackets 50,000 into 1. So 50,000 is the 1 rupee is the capital because it is given that 2 rupee is securities premium. So that can be transferred to securities premium account. So securities premium reserve, or simply you can write securities premium. Both are same. That's 50,000 into 2, 1 lakh rupees. Let us see the narration. Being allotment money due for 50,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3 including rupees 2 premium. Now receipt entry for allotment. Allotment money received. So at the time when company receives the allotment money, we will write bank account debtor to share allotment. Let us write that bank account debtor. So bank account debtor, then to equity share allotment. See, equity share allotment, how much we will get. That's what we are going to see. As per the previous entry, due entry, equity share allotment, we had to get 1,50,000 rupees. 1,50,000. Out of that 1,50,000, here you can see from application we transferred 60,000 rupees. So 1,50,000 minus 60,000, remaining 90,000 only we will get for the equity share allotment. Okay, 90,000 is written. Clear? Then, but here in this question, here it is given that one shareholder Hari paid the first call and second call money along with the share allotment. 1,000 shares. For that, first call rupees 4 and final call, second call rupees 3. Total 7 rupees he paid for his 1,000 shares. That is calls in advance. So the entry is bank account debtor to calls in advance. 7,000 will be the total amount. That means 1,000 into 7. So 7,000. So how much money we received in total? 97,000. Okay. Here is the narration. Being allotment money received including calls in advance for 1,000 shares at the rate of rupees 7. Now let us see the next one. Due entry for share first call. Share first call amount due. What will be the journal entry? Share first call debtor to equity share capital. Okay, share first call debtor to, that means equity share first call debtor to equity share capital. Equity share first call, how many shares? 50,000 shares at the rate of rupees 4. So we will write equity share capital debtor 2 lakh rupees is the amount. Then to equity share capital, again 2 lakh. Okay, that's all. Now complete the narration. Okay, so due entry for first call is over. Now receipt entry for the first call. What will be the journal entry? Bank account debtor. Bank account debtor. Let us write the amount afterwards. Before that, in this first call time, the calls in advance is there. That means 10,000 rupees we have transferred from the oversubscribed amounts. So that we can write. See, 10,000 we transferred from the oversubscribed amount, and here Hari paid here 1,000 shares. For that 1,000 shares, he paid some excess money. That means 4,000 will be the total. That means 1,000 into 4 rupees and 4 rupees for first call and 1,000 into 3 rupees for second call. Total 7 rupees. So here we can, how much we can take from Hari? 1,000 into 4 plus earlier 10,000. So let us complete that. Calls in advance. 10,000 earlier oversubscribed amounts plus 1,000 into 4. That we can write here now. Then next there is calls in arrears. Calls in arrear amount, that means that arrear amount also will not get here. So let us calculate how much is the real calls in arrear. See, here we are calculating the calls in arrear. Calculation of calls in arrears. Calls in arrear comes from that happens from Mrs. Renuka. So she is coming under second category, those who applied for 55,000 shares and allotted 20,000 shares. So there itself the total oversubscribed amount which is transferred to first call is there 10,000 rupees. So 10,000 rupees we transferred. That includes some money from Renuka also, because Renuka also paid application money for excess number of shares. So a part of money which is received already from Renuka is there with us for the first call. Let us see that. Oversubscribed amount, oversubscription adjusted to share first call for 20,000 shares. How much we adjusted? Here just above it is there 10,000 rupees. We adjusted to share first call. That includes amount received from Renuka for her 2,000 shares also. Isn't it? So how to calculate that? We have to calculate the proportionate amount of call money for this 2,000 shares. Let us calculate, or let us see how it can be calculated. See, proportionate amount of first call money for 2,000 shares, that is for 10,000 shares, the proportionate excess application money was 20,000 rupees. So for 20,000 allotted share, total 20,000 is the allotted share for that category. So for 20,000 allotted share, 10,000 was the excess money. So what is the excess money for 2,000 share? That we can calculate like this. 10,000, if it is for 20,000 shares, that is 10,000 divided by 20,000 into how much will be there for 2,000 shares. So how much is there? 1,000 rupees is there, which is received from whom? Renuka. 1,000 rupees received from Renuka. So for understanding purpose, let us write here, give here the rupees symbol. So 1,000 rupees. Okay. Now how much she had to pay for first call? Her allotted share is 2,000 shares. Isn't it? 2,000 shares is the allotted share. So allotted share 2,000 into 4 rupees first call. So 4 rupees into 2,000, 8,000 rupees she had to pay for first call. But 1,000 rupees already paid. So how much is actual calls in arrear? 8,000 minus 1,000, 7,000 rupees. So the total amount to be paid for 2,000 shares, total first call money to be paid for 2,000 shares. So total amount of first call, if you want you can write total amount of first call to be paid for 2,000 shares, that is 8,000 rupees. But she already, we can adjust that 1,000 rupees which is already paid. Amount of calls in arrear will be equal to 8,000 minus 1,000. 1,000 already paid. So 7,000 is the total calls in arrear for her. So let us write here. Let us complete here. Calls in arrear. We will write that amount 7,000. Okay. Then total first call money, we know that we had to get for 1 lakh rupees, sorry 2 lakh rupees, that is 50,000 into 4. Okay, out of that 50,000 into 4, that is 2 lakh, 14,000 and 7,000 we already received. Remaining amount which is to be get is 1,79,000. Let us write the narration. Receipt of first call money and adjustment of calls in advance and calls in arrears. Okay, so this particular entry you have to be careful while writing the entry, that adjustment of calls in advance and calls in arrears are to be made. Now let us see the second call due entry. What will be the journal entry? Equity share second and final call debtor to equity share capital 50,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3. That means 1,50,000 shares. To equity share capital. Let us complete narration. Okay. Now, second call money receives after adjusting calls in arrear, and advance money we already received, that also should be adjusted. So bank account debtor, let us write the amount afterwards. Calls in advance. Hari's calls in advance was there 1,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3. 7,000 rupees we already received from Hari. So out of that 4,000 we already adjusted with the share first call. Here it is adjusted. And 3,000 is remaining, that we will adjust here. Calls in advance 1,000 into 3, 3,000. Then next, calls in arrear. Mrs. Renuka did not pay 3 rupees for her 2,000 shares. Excess application money which was there with Renuka is adjusted with the first call. So now complete arrear is there for share second call. That is 6,000. So we had to get total of 1,50,000. Out of that 9,000 will not get, remaining 1,41,000 only will get from shareholders. 1,41,000. So this is the end of all the journal entries related to issue of shares. The only important thing that you have to understand is regarding this one, that is calculation of calls in arrears when there is oversubscription. So first let us see that once again. Oversubscription adjusted to share first call, 20,000 shares at the rate of 20,000 shares are there. Their oversubscription adjusted to first call is 10,000. Okay. Then proportionate amount of first call money is for 2,000 shares is, if the total 10,000 for 20,000 shares, how much is for 2,000? That is what we have calculated, rupees 1,000. Then total amount of first call to be paid for 2,000 shares, 2,000 into 4, 8,000. Then calls in arrears, actual amount of calls in arrear is 8,000 she had to give, but already given 1,000. So 7,000 is the actual amount of calls in arrears. That calculation is important. Okay, that you have to understand, and carefully you have to analyze, understand, and can follow that type of calculation. Now let us see the preparation of balance sheet. Balance sheet format is ready here. Let us fill the details in that. In the books of Kerala Coir Limited, the extract of balance sheet. We have prepared 2-3 balance sheets so far. 3-4 balance sheets we have prepared. So you know how to prepare the balance sheet, company for balance sheet in the vertical format. First liability side, first item by liability side heading is equity and liabilities. It is written here. In that first item, shareholders fund. In shareholders fund, first item is share capital. So share capital, we have to find out how much is the actual amount of share capital. For that we prepare here notes to account. Here notes to account is ready. Let us fill the details. Particulars amount. In that note to account 1, share capital. Share capital how much is the authorized capital. Since authorized capital is given, we can write here the details. 5 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each, that is 50 lakh is the total authorized capital. That has no effect on this balance sheet, so it can be closed there. Now let us see the next one, issued capital. How much is the issued capital? Out of this 50 lakh, how much is issued? We know that 50,000 shares are issued. So issued capital, will write 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. So 5 lakh is the amount of issued capital. Okay, out of that issued capital, how much is subscribed fully? So subscribed capital written here, subscribed capital. In that category we can write subscribed and fully paid up. Subscribed and fully paid up. That means total subscribed capital is 5 lakh. Out of that 50,000 shares of rupees 10 each, that is the fully total subscribed capital. Out of that, calls in arrear is there 7,000. So remaining amount 4,93,000. See, instead of writing like this, you can write subscribed and fully paid up capital. How much? 48,000 shares at the rate of rupees 10. 48,000 shares at the rate of rupees 10. Then subscribed and partly paid up, you can write separately 2,000 shares at the rate of rupees. How much paid? 2,000 shares at the rate of rupees. Yes, calls in arrear for 2,000 shares. Here actually I made a mistake here. She had to pay 2,000 shares at the rate of rupees 7. Total calls in arrear for first and second call. Out of that, not 7,000, 1,000 rupees she already paid. So that 1,000 should be deducted. That means for 13,000 will be the balance. Okay, so here it becomes how much it will be, not 4,97,000, 4,87,000 will be the answer. Okay, now this is in another way we can calculate. In another way we can calculate. That means she has applied. Now this is understood. No, calls in arrear. She had to pay 7 rupees for first and second call for 2,000 shares. That means 14,000 shares, 14,000 rupees she had to give, but 1,000 rupees already it was there in her account as oversubscription. So 13,000 is the remaining. This another way we can calculate. For example, total shares applied by Renuka. Total shares applied by Renuka is, see, 55,000 shares were applied in total for the second category. For them 20,000 shares are allotted. Then what about the allotted share for 2,000? 2,000 allotted share, how much there she applied? 5,500. So for that 5,500, how much money she would have given? 5,000 into application money only she given. That means 11,000. Okay. Now in total she had to give, so 11,000 she has already given. Including premium, she had to give 2,000 shares at the rate of rupees 12. Including premium she had to give. Out of that 11,000 is paid already, so 13,000 is the arrear. In this way also it can be calculated. Total 24,000 she had to give. Out of that 11,000 is paid. 11,000 in the sense 5,000 into 5,500 into 2. Remaining 13,000 is the arrear. Or otherwise we can calculate like this. For first and second call she had to pay 2000 into 7. 4 rupees first call, 3 rupees second call. So out of that, 1000 was the advance transferred to what? First call. So 13,000 rupees. Now what I was telling is that here we had to write subscribed and fully paid up capital. In another manner we can write subscribed and fully paid up capital 48,000 into 10, 4,80,000. Okay. Then add subscribed and partly paid. Subscribed and partly paid. Subscribed and partly paid is how much? 13,000. Okay. Subscribed and partly paid, how much that one we have to write. Subscribed and partly paid means she had paid 2,000 shares. She had paid for up to allotment. That means 2,000 into 5 plus 1,000 extra we transferred. Okay, so 48,000 into 10, 4,80,000 plus 4,80,000 will be subscribed and fully paid up. Then plus 2,000 into 5. 2,000 into 5, 10,000. Okay. Then out of that 1,000 rupees she has paid already. So in that way also it can be written. Now it is easy to write like this. Subscribed and fully paid at 5 lakh we can write. Then from that 13,000 can be deducted. Okay. Now this share capital we can write here on top. Note number 1, 4,87,000. Okay. Then for note number 2, reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus, we received 50,000 shares at the rate of rupees 2, that is 1 lakh rupees. Okay, that 1 lakh rupees we can write reserves and surplus. Point B, reserves and surplus, note number 2, 1 lakh. So the total of amount 5,87,000, liability side total we have got. Okay, now let us see the next one, cash and cash equivalent. Cash and cash equivalent, how much we received? We can add all the receipt of cash. That means debit side cash all together you can add and can deduct credit side cash. 10,000 is there. So cash and cash equivalent, in that we can write cash at bank. How much? 5,87,000. So that also we can write in the balance sheet. In that asset side, 2 assets, then non-current asset and all there, that is not needed here. We need only current asset here because this is an extract. So what is needed only will be writing current assets, in that cash and cash equivalent 5,87,000. So total we have got 5,87,000 here. Okay, so this is the way of preparing balance sheet and journal entries at the time when the company issues shares and which is oversubscribed and there is calls in arrear and calls in advance. Okay, all of you understood it? Okay, thank you.